my hero.
All right. So first off, we see Mushroom Girl toning down her villain side and taking pity on my boy Tokiyami over
Do you
here.
not? So again, I don't know what translation are you on, just so we can get that clear real quick. Because in my translation, she seems to. I took that a lot more sarcastic. Like, oh, sorry, want a throat lozenge? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I took that as like she seems sadistic to me. I think she's being fucking sarcastic, honestly.
I can't deal.
Sorry, I shoved my mushroom down your throat. Am I right?
Make sure to get some medicine from. Oh my god, bruh.
I think she's being sassy, honestly.
So, watch niggas start to ship these two in the next couple of chapters. Watch.
Oh, as you do. Share some screen time, even if they don't. There's a big Uraraka Bakugo shipping movement, which I hate.
That is so cringe. They are.
Oh god.
Yo, Hirokoshi made that shit fucking worse in the movie when they were dancing together. Oh
no. Why? All right, no, but here's what I legitimately want to talk about these robots. I have these. This is so out of fucking nowhere. I'm like, what?
Oh, wait. At first, I was like, wait a minute. Is that fucking Kendo saying that shit? Well, I'm like, wait a minute.
No.
You humans actually train to get stronger.
We got a robot uprising on our hands, like straight up. like if you got robots saying that shit, that's bad sign.
Robots are ready.
Watch this be a foreshadowing for a future arc where they have to fight robots. They're plotting, I'm telling you. Also, we get into another thing that I always love with this series, which is the destruction and how it's like, that's taxpayer money paying for that shit, right? It is like it's the hero program, and the more this fucking shit goes down, the more people are gonna be like, why the fuck are we paying our taxes for kids to destroy shit? This is stupid.
Oh my god,
Thurman, are you alive?
Yes, I'm alive. Okay. I was gonna say something.
You take forever. You're a slow bitch.
You saying this to speed? You fucking comprehension?
He reads fast, but he talks slow. All of his fucking speed goes into reading.
So, let's just talk about how. This one kind of. It was I feel like this chapter was kind of short for a reason, right? Like they wanted like a little break to happen. So.
Yeah, it was actually nice. I really, really enjoyed it.
So it's kind of funny how. We have this, and then Bakugo just comes in. I was kind of conflicted about this one a bit because it was just like, okay, well, you see Midoriya, you see All Might, talk to Midoriya about the whole vision thing, and then we see Bakugo just come out of nowhere. It kind of caught me off guard a bit, because I just remember that Bakugo and Midoriya had this fight about how like
he knows, dude. Like he he's the only other person that knows about the whole All for One situation.
Yeah, I know, and it's just like it's just out of place. Not really out of place, but it just caught me off guard. The whole exchange Bakugo had with him, because I had to remember that was like what their main fight was about like All Might's attention.
It didn't. That's actually very strange you say that, because I was actually going to come into this video talking about how it was my favorite part of the chapter.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad part by any means.
No,
I'm not saying
it's my personal favorite part of the chapter. I think it was marvelous character development for Bakugo. I love any moment where they're having like the conversations just felt so natural, and because I had just been thinking about that, he is the only one that knows about this. So if he sees All Might and Deku over there in the corner, he's gonna know what they're talking about. So it makes total sense for him to be like, hey, listen, like it's him showing concern for Deku in his own way, just like All Might says, and I think it is kind of it's kind of sweet in that way. Like he worries about Deku, but in the same way, he one of his biggest concerns is if people take it easy on him. So we saw how he felt when Todoroki didn't give it his all in the tournament. You know what I mean? So I think he's basically like, bitch, if we're gonna ever fight again, you need to make that shit your own now. You know what I mean? And I think it just shows that he cares in his own way. He cares one side of the why he cares is because he wants probably an all-out fight with him one day. Very Vegeta-esque. But another side is I do think he's starting to understand Deku, right? Because I believe it's either his Mother's Basement or Gigik. They recently did a video on Bakugo, and his character, the reason he was always so angry about like Deku showing pity to him is because he's kind of been raised as like he had all this talent, and then it confused. I think it just kind of always threw him off how like some kid with like nothing was always able to like act just as brave, just as like I'm gonna do this as him, and I think that always frustrated him, and especially considering throughout his entire high school career, he was the one that like. He was always the best, right? And then once he jumps into UA, all of a sudden there's people that are better than him. And when Deku almost potentially becomes one of those people, someone that he had been bullying and making fun of his whole life, that threw him the fuck off. So I think now that he kind of understands Deku's plight, the fact that Deku did not have a quirk up until now, because at first he thought he was lying to him. He thought like, oh, you were hiding this to me to fuck with me. Now that he knows everything that Deku's been through, I think that he actually just wants to be friends again, because there was a point where they were friends, and then like a lot of friends they skewed different directions, where he kind of got involved with the wrong crowds, and he had his little cronies of bullies and all that stuff. So I think that there's a legitimate connection and an attempt to have a friendship again here, personally. So I quite enjoyed this. Is actually my favorite part of the chapter, and this shows what I like in storytelling. I liked this chapter more than the last two, because the fights are fun, but what I love the most about My Hero Academia is character interaction. The characters are written so marvelously, and I love conversations where they're just talking, which is why one of my favorite. Shut the fuck up! I'm almost done. One of my favorite personal arcs in this series is the gentle shit. Gentle is amazing. Like Gentle Criminal was my shit, because you had amazing fights as well as amazing clash of ideals and like the conversations that they had. So yeah, I loved this chapter, and it is an insult to me that you would say it was out of place, you scumfuck. There we go.
Yes, Reg showing off his very elitist views in this chapter.
No, it's opinion, bitch. I love the fights, but like I gotta be honest, the fighting isn't really the highlight of My Hero Academia. There's nothing crazy special about the fights in this series. It's usually the characters that are really interesting.
Anyway, so some of the best parts of this chapter was first of all, I just love that Todoroki. I love that little exchange Todoroki and Tokiyami have here. It just shows that Tokiyami, man, has grown so much as a character, and it's just like, I mean, it makes sense, right? He's under Hawks because it's like a three-way big three type thing, right? Midoriya's under All Might, Tokiyama's under Hawks, and then Todoroki's under Endeavor, right? So
and the pressure that kind of comes with that, especially for these two, they're under them publicly. No one knows that All Might is training Deku, so he doesn't have that particular pressure. But like these two have that pressure to kind of like represent the fact that they trained with the high ups,
So it's kind of I'm hoping to see more interactions with these two in the future, because that shit's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I thought
these two are some of the best characters.
Okay.
Too bad Tokyo didn't get show us stuff because he was with weak ass teammates, but you can't carry weak ass teams, right? So.
So what did you think about Todoroki's little flashback here? And I gotta be honest, him saying Toya's case was regrettable, he possesses even greater firepower than mine. Already the Dobby theories are hardcore right now. People are like, that's Dobby! It's Dobby!
It's essentially because Todoroki is still trying to find some way to, accept his dad, because his Endeavor is going through this redemption phase right now. And so it's just, and what Tokiyami said is kind of like resonated into his mind, like he wants to see good in his father, but every time he does, he sees the negative. So it's a struggle. It's a mental battle.
It's very realistically written, and I love that. But no, I was more curious on your thoughts of the line here where he says his case was regrettable. He had another sibling that had even better firepower than Todoroki and Endeavor, but he had a weak constitution. So a lot of people are thinking that's Dabi. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I've never, I've honestly, I've tried to stay away from the fandom, so I've never really heard that theory from the fandom.
You haven't heard the theory that Dabi is a sibling of Todoroki?
I've stayed away from the fandom.
Okay, well now I'm bringing it up to you now, and I'm asking for your thoughts.
It makes sense. They look hella alike.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense, and I would like that. Especially given the last couple of chapters that we've seen, that'll be just showing walking up on Endeavor like,
exactly.
hey, what up?
Well, that was kind of that was when the theory exploded because it was basically confirming it. And he makes a bunch of weird comments like he knew Endeavor, you know, and his face is all fucked up and scarred, which could be some straight up child abuse that Endeavor did to him. Think about all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, and I think that he's laying the seeds of Dabi in here for sure. So another thing I want to bring up too, and I'm glad that the Horikoshi brought this up, because as Ida was talking, the dude, the tentacle tail dude, was like, oh, you're in high spirits, and before I even scrolled down, I was thinking back to the only time I didn't see him in high spirits, and that was his brother. So I was gonna make a joke like, yeah, well, I bet his brother's still paralyzed, and then I scrolled down, and it was like, my brother's making good progress, and I'm like, oh, okay. So that was actually one of those moments where like I thought it at the same time that it was written, and I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah, man, and so it's great to see Idia being his own self again. You know, not his edgy little "I'm going to kill Hero Stain."
He almost went down a Sasuke path, didn't he?
Everyone thought it was Bakugo. No, Idia was Sasuke all along.
Yeah, and then he could be the evil hall monitor. Don't run in class. Don't run in the hall. I'll fucking kill you.
I can already see a fan art of just like one eye has the rain gun, another eye has the shotgun gun.
Amazing.
Idiot.
Yeah, I need that now. So, how do we feel about Tetsu's strategy of destroy everything?
Makes it definitely goes to this character.
It does make sense.
Look at his name, Real Steel.
No, I know. You notice that steel is spelled not like the actual steel, but it's spelled like steal, like you're stealing things. So that's interesting. And I don't know if that the translator note said they didn't know if it was an error or intentional, but either way, it's cool.
Just tear everything down, duh. What was he not listening to? What I just said.
Oh, also, can we appreciate? By the way, because last chapter when I brought up the fact that Pony was a transfer student from America, yeah, you didn't know that. You were like, really? And again, I told you. I love her being like, geez, don't cut. And I love that she's speaking English, which I can't wait to see that shit in the anime, because it'll be like, hey, I don't need subtitles for that one.
Oh my god, that's just I can't feel.
I do kind of love that. Like, look, you made her speak English. You know she's pissed now. I can't fucking understand what she's saying.
Jeez, don't keep us in the dark way. Bro, Class B, man. Oh my god.
That. This is just so testament to Horikoshi's skill of developing a large cast of characters. Class B and so many other mangas would have been some like background bullshit, never mentioned bullshit, but like all of them, they feel just as developed as Class A, and it feels like you could literally just switch and make them the main characters of the show, and it would work just the same. It's amazing.
I'm definitely now I want Class B to win again.
Yeah, like I
was like, after Class A lost that one, I'm like, you know what? We have the Todoroki, we have Idia, we have two characters that we want to see grow. Oh, and Class A to get a W. Nah, fuck that shit. Class B, take this win for me, please. Take this fucking win.
Oof. What if Class B just dominates and wins like 65% or plus percent of this shit, like more than half?
It would be great character development for Class A. Say, okay, we're not as unbeatable as we thought.
Yeah, exactly. That'd actually be great. Now, I did want to bring this up, and this is probably just me being over paranoid, but like with all of My Hero Academia's chapters being super short for a long time, and now him going on hiatus, like I wonder if Horikoshi's like doing all right, like personal life wise, because it's been weird.
I hope he's okay. I haven't heard anything about it. Let me just teleport to Japan and see how my boy's doing.
Just fucking just flicker over there and be like, "What's up, man? It's It's a random random fan from America here.
Is he married? Do you know?
I'll Google it. Why do you want to marry him?
I'm just asking if he's married.
Why do you want to marry him?
I mean, he could be my side chick.
Wow.
My side nigga.
Yeah, really? You're gonna make Horikoshi your side chick.
Who's gonna marry you if I marry Horikoshi? Duh.
You right. All right, hold on. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, Horikoshi.
So isn't Togashi gonna be your side nigga, or are you just gonna...
No, I get what you're saying. I don't see anything about any marriage on here, so there's no like spouse section. So I think you're good.
Or maybe he has a girlfriend. Who knows?
Therma's gonna try and marry Horikoshi.
Yeah, Therm wants to. Well, he wants. To his words, Horikoshi's gonna be his side bitch because otherwise, who's gonna marry me?
David's dead in the background.
Bitch, you wait and microwave your shit after our video, you whore.
Shut up, you slut.
God damn it. Okay, anyway. Any predictions or anything, Thurman?
No, not for this chapter, man. I'm just gonna be basic bitch and just wait for the next 2 weeks and just see what's going on.
Oh man, but you know what we're gonna have next week? Black Clover and One Punch Man. Well, actually, One Punch Man will be tonight. But yeah. Oh fuck, get hyped.
Black One Piece next week. Woohoo!
For Rizzle. But yeah, let's just sit back and wait for that Class AL.
And with that,
we're on Team Class B now, bitch. Peace.
switching sides.